Welcome to the American Dream TV. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. Today, we're in Canton, Ohio, birthplace of the NFL. We're going to interview a family who has been a staple of Stark County for over 85 years and rich in NFL history. And we're also going to talk to former NFL wide receiver Troy Pascley. So come along with me as we learn a little bit more about Canton, Ohio. I'm sitting here with Eric Kemthorn. Eric, what is your role here at Kemthorn Motors?
So I'm president of Kemthorn Motors. I came up through the ranks, so I come to this place having having kind of been everywhere and
All aspects.
all aspects
Right, yeah.
all aspects of the business and took over in I think about 2013.
Rich family history, football history. Give me an idea as far as why Canton?
Well, it all goes back to Grandpa, Dad's dad. Jimmy Kemthorn, and he came from the coal mines of Sherrodsville, Ohio.
Okay.
As a young kid, he grew up in the coal mine. That's what the family did. And in the 8th grade, he left home, he left school, he went out and he came to Canton. Somehow he landed his way to Canton and was just a mechanic. The cool story is that huge supporter of the YMCA is he lived in the YMCA.
Okay.
And he said, I think it was like a quarter a month or something, and they checked his room every morning. His shoes had to be where they belonged, the bed had to be made, the room had to be clean, and he lived in the YMCA. He left home in 8th grade and said, I'm gonna make my own way in this life. And he was a very talented mechanic. So that's how we got here.
Give me an idea why the Hall of Fame is so important to you.
Well, we have to first go back to our connection, why we have any affiliation, to be honest with you. Dad was a very talented football player.
Right.
And we always laugh because Grandpa was 5'4" and Grandma was 5'2", and they had this giant of a man, 6'1" back then, 6'1", 215. That was a giant in the 40s. And so here he was, and he had this illustrious career at McKinley. Took McKinley to state championships, was written up all over the country. He was on the cover of Saturday Evening Post. There's a giant article, which you can find online, because he just seemed like success just found him. So our connection to football is because of Dad, and our connection to the Hall of Fame is because Dad came back to Canton. In the 50s, he came back from the war. I can remember as a kid, people parading into the showrooms wanting his autographs. He was very followed, put it that way.
Sure. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time today to sit down and dive into the history. I mean, it's such a fantastic story, and I think obviously we're only scratching the surface, but Eric, I appreciate the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. I'm here with former NFL wide receiver Troy Pascley. Troy, talk to me as far as NFL, what was your inspiration to try and get in the NFL?
Well, football provided for me a lot of what my childhood didn't. So football taught me discipline that not having a father didn't teach me. Football taught me structure. Football taught me hard work.
We're here in Canton, Ohio, at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. What's one thing you want to leave our viewers with?
I would say that not only is Canton a great place to be, but Canton is the birthplace of football.
That's awesome.
Everything good about the game started right here. And so much of this community has relied on what football has done for us. And it's been a place where we could all thrive. Division does not exist here. We all gather around football and we love each other because of it.
I love that. Troy, I appreciate you taking the time today.
Yes, sir.
Know you're a busy man, so thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
As you're cheering on your favorite team, now you've got some fun facts to share with family and friends. Thanks for joining us on this episode of American Dream TV, and I'm your host, Steve Garrett. We'll see you again really soon.